incredible presentations from our moderators today. We'll take this opportunity to run a draw. As earlier mentioned, we have a few gifts to give to the attendees that have joined today. So we'll just take this brief time to run a draw. The draw list should be appearing on your screens any minute now. And the first recipient is Winnie. Winnie, the moderator will get in contact with you after today's session and arrange how you'll receive the gifts, as well as Gabin and Muteke. So we have 6 draws. Nobet Mutinda as well. I hope I pronounced that rightly. Okay, I'm not sure if I'll pronounce this correctly. Please excuse me. Diogracias. Great. There are 2 more draws to be run during today's session. I can see Mutegi, you're back on. Humphrey as well. So we can go on to the Q&A section. There's a few questions that have been asked. So a question from Victor Limo saying, please confirm if the bandwidth affects the performance, especially using Huawei. Mutegi, would you like to take that question?
Thanks so much, Melissa, for spinning us through and at least coming up with the winners when technology just decided to play a dash on us. But at least a human intervention comes in quite handy. And thanks for coming on board quite swiftly. Now, yes, indeed, the question from Victor Limo, which Melissa has just read out. Kindly, if we could repeat it, please confirm if the bandwidth affects the performance, especially using Huawei. This question is best sorted or responded to by Stephen or Mr. Matamela, please.
Maybe I'll take this one. So definitely, if your Wi-Fi or the device that you're using, I assume that in this case we are talking about the access point. So if the access point that you're using does not support higher bandwidth, because bandwidth can be defined as the amount of traffic that is allowed to pass through a device at any single point. So if you talk about bandwidth capacity that an access point can pass through, if one device is passing, let's say 1G of traffic and another one is passing 10G of traffic, because for wireless, it actually uses the technology for collision avoidance. So it means that only one traffic from a certain user can be passed at a single time. So that being the case means that if the access point is not able to process the traffic faster or has less bandwidth, then it's definitely going to slow your network. But with this Wi-Fi 6, I think they operate on 10G worth of speed, meaning that the traffic that is being passed through that access point at any given point is actually at a very high rate. I don't know if you are talking about that or I've addressed your question.
I'm sure you've addressed it, and thanks so much, Steve, for that quick intervention. There are still further questions. Methani Tesvagi is asking about a bank. My question is to start a bank, but what's to be more smart and have a robust servers? I'm not.
Maybe I can take that as well.
Okay.
So Methani, I think because this is quite some requirement, maybe you can get into contact with us, then we can have a meeting with you to discuss exactly what your requirement is, and then we can come up with a plan for how you can achieve this.
Yes, indeed, Methani, this would be a timely opportunity because you could take the contacts for the key presenters here, mostly Computech, who are the partners of Huawei, for your last mile to be completed. We have about 2 minutes rather to end this webinar. I would like also still to thank so sincerely our presenters for this afternoon. That is Mr. Matamela and Stephen. And in case there will be any further questions that could be posted here, we would be more than gratified to pass them over to our presenters so that they can nail this for us. But I can see Lillian has also asked a question that we could perhaps benefit from, considering that our speakers are here. What is the best access point for a startup? Steve would like to nail this as well.
So thank you, Lillian, for the question. So access points are normally based on first how the room looks like, and also the number of users that you're expecting, because there'll be different requirements. It might be a startup, but probably you have a bigger number of employees you're starting with. But there are a couple of entry-level access points from Huawei that will have the Wi-Fi 6 functionality, which will give you very good speeds. But as well, I'd like to discuss more, because access points are just a single entity that you'll have to purchase when coming up with a network. There'll be other requirements that you'll have. Maybe you'll need a switch, maybe you'll need a small firewall as well to be able to connect you. So my kind request will be get our contacts. You can call myself or Job, and then we can jump on a quick call and drive the conversation further.
Thanks once more, Steve, for that quick feedback. Okay, I'm trying to check if there's any other question, maybe on the chat window. I can't see any. But we thank you so much again, our dear delegates, for having squeezed a moment throughout that session. Quite loaded with very timely information that purposes really to enhance digitization more robustly within the industries that we are serving. I can't thank you more again, our tech team, which was behind the wheels, just to ensure that this information gets home to those who desire to have it at such a timely moment, that we organize focused sessions like this, mostly on Thursdays, on bi-weekly or weekly basis. From CIO East Africa, again, we wish to thank you, our keynote speakers for the day, Stephen and Mr. Matamela, and including Job Motegi, who purpose to make this really work for all of us. Thanks once more, and signing off from CIO, it is Humphrey Odhiambo.